right, welcome to the second episode of the Pizza Podcast. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
No, I was talking to the audience.
Oh,
It's a good
I
bit.
can't answer that.
All right,
Anyways.
let's stop the podcast. It's already been ruined.
Stop, quit.
I'm going home.
Anyways, thank you for joining us. We are your hosts again, Josh.
Robbie.
Fred.
Oh, hey, Fred.
Where from?
Vince.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So how's everyone doing today?
I am doing very good. I've had a lot of busy days and not reading weeks here.
Very well deserved.
Yeah, it's just it's like you had this big poop inside you and you finally
You let
released
it
it
go,
all.
and then you don't have to
And
poop for a
you can
while.
stand up and go for a run.
It's like one of those wet poops, though. You know, the ones that
Yeah,
just,
but
just
it's
fly
so
out.
cleansing.
Yeah.
You just feel cleansed. I feel cleansed. Do you feel cleansed?
I feel like I've lost 10 pounds.
Exactly.
From
You
all the
look,
poop
you
I
look
just-
like you've lost 10 pounds.
I'm trying to put it back on with this pizza.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys eating today?
This is the Pizza Podcast, and
All right.
this one is brought to you completely in part by Little Caesars.
Little Kaisers.
Little Kaiser Wilhelm.
Mine was not ready.
Or hot.
It was hot.
No, his
'Cause
was
it-
hot.
It just came out of the oven.
His was hot and not ready, and mine was ready but not hot.
Oh.
Because mine didn't come out of the oven.
You can't get it perfect. And then I got some...
You either get one or the other. It should be hot or ready.
Hot already.
You have to specify in your order. If you're in a rush, you get the ready. If you just want to have terrible hot pizza, you order the hot.
Don't look at him. He's on drugs. Don't look at him.
What do you got there, Josh? Get some bread?
I got some crazy bread.
All right. Another way to end the podcast.
So we've got hot and ready pizzas. It's your basic
Cheese.
cheese
Pepperoni.
pepperoni, and
5 pieces of pepperoni, 3 strings of cheese.
I swear it's like a science on each.
Roughly.
It is.
It's like the least amount of things you can put on
This-
something to make it a pizza.
The secret to the pizza is they recycle the boxes and they make it the crust.
That's true.
It's not the worst,
It's not the worst. I've had pretty
and
good.
it's kind of it stays true to the fact that you can't have a bad slice. There's no such thing as bad pizza.
Yeah.
You're making a face. Have you?
Vince completely disagrees.
What's the worst pizza you've ever
Had
had?
some bad I don't know. There's some eggplant to zucchini.
But it was
pizza.
horrible to a point that you said it was...
Yeah, but
Well,
you
to
take
my standards,
you
to
take that
my,
off and then you just eat it. And it's pizza.
but you take it off and the taste is still there, and
It's true.
there's nothing. There's nothing.
But when
wrong
you
with it.
if you have the toppings you want,
organic
Oh.
sauce, just awful.
there's still the leaves.
Nobody
in it.
wants that shiz.
There was the one time in Montreal where we got the pizza and there's one piece of pepperoni.
Yeah.
One piece of pepperoni just in the middle. And
That's all you get.
I was so confused, but then I realized that there was more pepperoni underneath the cheese.
Okay.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
That makes me
Okay.
feel better.
So that story is ruined. So
Oh, so now, there's... I don't care if...
you're the only person that knows about that, and
everyone else who's listening.
All 5 of them.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, there's more than 5.
From
3 of which are us, when we feel like it. Alright.
What did we give the last pizza? We gave it you gave it
We
a
gave
11.
I gave it an 11.
I think I gave it an
11 out of
8.
a feasible 10.
I give it 5 pizzas out of 5.
I'd say this pizza on my scale would be a weak 5 strong 4. It's kind of just pizza.
Out of
Out of 10.
Oh.
Out of 20. I'm sorry.
how do we?
Out of 10.
Oh.
Josh, what were you gonna rate it?
I think probably the same area. Maybe a 3.
Yeah, it's just kind of
It's just something you have.
Just
the way I see it. It's just kind of the least amount of stuff to make it it's legally pizza right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the bare minimum.
It's just the right amount of sauce and
It
cheese.
has a
for-
document stating I am pizza.
Yeah, it's the minimal. It's like the minimal of a car would be an engine with wheels attached to it, no roof, just that's a car,
Just
and
the-
all the legal lights and everything.
The
And it's
first
legally
car. The first.
it's legally a car.
The casino's getting a pizza place.
Really?
A famous Chicago pizza chain is opening up at the casino.
You think they're gonna do deep dish stuff?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh
deep
my-
dish stuff.
Oh my!
I can't remember what the name is.
No, the second that opens, let's go.
So instead of going for hot dogs, you'd be
It's
going
like-
for pizza now.
It's yeah. Pizza.
That's yes.
Pizza, extra cheese. I don't remember what it's called. Chicago deep dish.
Is that really? It's probably some guy's
Russian
name.
cold. If there's any weird things in here, guys, excuse me.
Just ignore all my porn. Sorry.
Ignore all the porn. Uno's Pizza.
Uno's.
Uno's Pizza. Not to be confused with the
card game.
the card game Uno. Carly Rae Jepsen. Yes, please.
Jobson. All right. Let's kick things off with the first topic on the Poopcast. First thing up is Shia LaBeouf. We talk about Shia
Louis
LaBeouf.
Stevens, for those who don't know.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
And what is he in Transformers? I don't even know. Don't look at him.
Stop
He's on drugs.
He's opening doors.
Vince keeps looking at Robbie's cat. And
Cosmo, named after Cosmo Kramer.
Oh, I thought it was named after Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents.
What's his first name? Witwicky?
Sam
Yeah,
Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky. For those who don't know, Shia LaBeouf from Transformers.
Anyways, like we had talked about in the previous episode,
He's not famous anymore.
we have to reiterate he's not famous anymore. But the most recent thing since our last episode is that he's been walking around with a paper bag on his face, and the paper bag says, "I'm not famous anymore."
Now, like, the way I see it, it's like, this is like 100% like a stunt.
Yeah.
It can't be anything else but. Why would he do that? You know what I mean? If anything, if he didn't want to be famous, he wouldn't go to that premiere.
No.
Or he would, like, go in through the back, and
Yeah.
he wouldn't go down the red carpet. But the fact that he went down the red carpet, dressed up, and put a stupid bag on his head, it's like, now it's all a lie.
So
you know
this
what
is a Joaquin Phoenix on David Letterman.
No.
No?
Joaquin Phoenix on David Letterman was different.
How so?
Because I feel like Joaquin Phoenix on David Letterman was more like a experiment of sorts. Shia LaBeouf is just Shia LaBeouf.
But it was still putting on an act.
Yeah, but I don't think Shia LaBeouf's more putting on an act than he is like just trying to get... He was doing it for a role, though, wasn't he?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
It was for a movie.
It was for a role. I
Oh,
don't
so
think...
you're saying he's just
I
being
think-
nuts just to get attention?
Absolutely.
Oh,
And not for a movie, just
I
for,
don't
like,
think
his own... I don't even know what do you get out of that? What do you get out of being crazy?
To Lindsay Lohan.
He gets the Lindsay Lohan
He
rush.
gets to be Lindsay Lohan?
Oh, he gets to be Lindsay Lohan.
Be with Lindsay Lohan? I don't know.
Any of those doesn't sound very pleasant.
But he's definitely like... I think something's up.
He's an
You're gonna find out like a couple, like maybe a year from now,
That he
maybe a
is-
couple months. He'll be like, "Yeah, it was all this big plan to do."
I've been on cocaine for the past 7 weeks.
There's no like who let him? Who's his manager? Like who's in charge of that?
I don't
You know? He's like, "Yeah, just wear the paper bag."
just put the bag on right there.
No, you're not doing it right here. Just let me fix that. Like I can't see. It's something. It's something.
Is he still tweeting I'm not famous anymore?
He's
Yeah,
gotta
every day.
be. It's like a
It's been
constant.
every day.
It's like an automatic thing.
It's what did he say? His Twitter is like a the revolution.
Maybe.
I am the revolution.
By him just saying I'm not famous anymore.
Maybe he's just like he's actually trying to like lose his fame and just kind of get back to like acting.
Normal
Like maybe
life.
he'll get into like theater or something.
Maybe he's trying to like burn himself to the ground, then rebuild. On
Maybe
the ashes.
like to reinvent himself.
he'll
I guess.
rise like the Phoenix.
He'll be like, yeah, I'm Phoenix LaBeouf.
I swear to God, like Vince is gonna just shut down this podcast after.
I
everything
told you
say.
I was gonna kick him out, and you just.
It's not him. It's Josh.
No, it's-
He's so
Truth
playful.
comes out.
Josh is making all these
Yeah, even
jokes.
Stevens isn't the same kid I fell in love with.
No,
You know?
absolutely not.
Lewis is a whole different person. I want to know what Beans is up to.
Beans.
You know what I
Beans
mean?
died.
What?
No, he didn't die.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
I think I would know about this.
I don't think he would.
I think I hear about Beans dying.
I don't
I
think.
think a lot of people. I think the
I'd
internet collectively
go
would
to
hear
that
about-
funeral.
Did Beans die?
Oh my god.
Did Beans die? Oh, that's Beans. Yeah.
That's Beans.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh.
Look at that Twitter handle.
Mm. Skinny faggot.
Sorry, what?
The Twitter handle is skinny faggot.
He's
Oh.
like balding. That's insane.
Yeah. What's wrong with balding?
It's just like he was that little
Oh,
kid that loved bacon, and now he's like a balding guy with a goatee.
he had it figured out from the start.
Yeah, he just
Bacon.
didn't
Like-
care.
No bacon.
Yeah, he's like, life is bacon.
Because let's be honest, no one knew back then.
No one knew
Like, we
how
knew-
big.
We
I-
knew bacon was.
I didn't
good.
really care that much. I just like, yeah, it's bacon.
Bacon.
I like sausage more. I was like, it's more to eat. Like, it's great.
But nowadays,
It's like bacon.
Bacon.
It goes on everything.
So you're saying like Epic Mealtime is just really big fans of beans?
Yeah.
well, no.
Oh, they were like
spun
based
off
on
of
it.
Beans. They
Beans
came
had
from
a
Beans?
briefcase full of bacon.
Epic
That's-
Mealtime is dead.
You know what?
They didn't give
They've
it up.
expanded into all these things and like just lost it. Now you know what I noticed? Everyone has a gaming channel now. Everyone has a gaming channel. iJustine has a gaming channel.
I just need to have a gaming channel for a while.
Has she?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just like, who cares? Why does everyone have to have a gaming? Like,
Okay,
Who needs
Smosh
to-
does. Epic Mealtime does.
Who doesn't? Smosh, Epic Mealtime, Corridor Digital,
Conan.
and Conan. Yeah, he does have
Technically.
Corridor Digital and Rocket Jump have their little node channel. So like Freddie W and the Corridor Digital guys.
Oh, okay.
Toby Turner.
Never heard of him.
We can't go without saying PewDiePie.
Yeah, but he started it.
He is.
I'm talking about these people who were something.
Look at how old he looks.
Bulldog.
I'm just like, don't look at the dog.
No, I'm talking about people that were. They suddenly just decided to make a gaming channel after already having an original channel.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I guess I'll do games. Because it's just like, all you have to do is be yourself playing a video
It's the
game.
easiest thing. You just sit and play games. Not to take away
It's
from.
not that easy.
I mean, there's
Look at all the failed
editing process.
But look at all them. Look at all the channels. Scene Anners is the best. Scene Anners is my favorite.
Okay.
Occasionally PewDiePie.
Look how innocent he is.
Now you just need to put a paper bag over his head.
See, I'm not famous anymore.
Like, who would have thought that's what's going to happen? No one could have predicted that. Life is weird.
Still, my favorite picture of him is that mean mugging picture of him in the truck.
Oh my god.
The guy that passes him in the...
And it's like he's making a face like, bitch, don't take a picture of me.
That's when I went. He was kind of normal at that point.
Yeah,
Kind
even
of.
at that point. But it's the funniest thing. Just he pulls up and just...
Oh, that was like his highest point of normality.
Hey, man. How are you? And he's just like, good. Just, let's straight his face. Okay, bye. And the guy just takes off.
I don't know what killed it. Once he started doing those,
I wanted to be Louis Stevens. That was like, he was so
everybody
cool.
wanted to be those two.
He was so cool.
Everybody had that fort thing. Not the fort thing. It was like a the chairs. He had those like massage chairs. Yeah, Ren. She's great. Ren's great.
Are we just going to leave up a picture of her again?
She ruined everything.
Yeah.
She always ruined Louis's dream life.
Did we talk about Ren last time?
We did. Well, we talked about Shia LaBeouf last time.
Yeah,
I figured that we would continue on for the sake of the viewers to let them know what's going on in this man's
It's the
life.
Shia LaBeouf update. Like, it's going to happen every podcast for sure.
And should he go back to normal, this segment is really going to suck.
No, he's going to...
When he goes back to normal, we'll have him on.
Yeah, because he won't be famous anymore.
No, he won't. He'll be normal. He'll be a regular old person.
He's going to move in next door.
All right. Next up, next thing we got going on is the Olympics.
Yeah,
Olympics
about
have been going
them?
on since last Friday.
Have they?
that's a thing.
People winning things?
I don't know.
Canada's doing, like, surprisingly well.
Surprisingly?
I don't know. It's like...
Not surprisingly.
I'd say, like, they were in first for, like, a couple days.
Yeah,
That's,
well,
that never happens.
Oh,
We're never in first for the medal count. We're, like, top 5.
We're behind Norway? Is that right?
No, right now we're behind Germany just because they have 6 gold medals.
Jerks.
We're in second place.
That's right. I did.
Yeah, we're in like, I don't know, we get a couple more gold, bam, we're right back up at the top. Like,
Germany total has 7, 6 gold and 1 bronze.
Something like that, yeah.
We're like the China of the Summer Games right now. We're rocking it.
We're China.
It's great.
We
yeah.
can be Chinese heroes.
I noticed something yesterday. I don't know how rare this is, but apparently in some women's event, can't remember what it was, 2 women ended up having the exact same time.
Yes.
Per, like, the exact same
Everything.
millisecond. So
they could go 1 decimal point further. The technology is there, but the thing is, it was an outside event. It was an outdoor event, so the line couldn't be like
pinpointed.
perfect.
Yeah.
The line wasn't perfect. So if somebody finished on the left side or the right side, depending on the line, it could have altered because the line isn't perfect.
Right.
If the line was perfect, they could go to a further decimal point, but that's why.
Because, yeah, I would imagine that they, like you said, they have the technology, but I'm just thinking, like, how many times would they have to replay that back just to see, like, how long
they leave it
took
at a tie, or did they, like...
Left it as a tie.
Yeah, so 2 gold medal winners and then a bronze.
But
wow.
They for another event, they used the technology to do that. So that's why...
I don't know how common that is to have 2...
it's really not.
place
I think when I was watching the Summer Games, it happened, like, once, where they had to, like... They had to, like, do, like, a frame-by-frame. It was in one of the running events.
I think if they were to go 1 more decimal place down, they would only be able to watch, like, an inch of footage.
Yeah, and they would just... Oh, that'd be... Oh. Technology. Science.
Parabolas.
What else is going on at the Olympics?
Did you guys watch the opening ceremonies? Because I didn't.
No. I turned... You know what? I did watch it for, like, 5 minutes, because then I was going to go make a snowman.
I, too, watched about 5 minutes. I did see the 5th ring mishap.
The asterisk?
Yeah, the asterisks. And Actually, that reminds me, there was a bit on Conan where it said, like, no, that is asterisk. The asterisk says, this is actually Fifth Ring. No, and then it was funny because all of us had jokingly said, oh, that guy's going to lose his job, he ruined the Olympics, or he's going to get killed or whatever, jokingly. And then someone had put up an article about it.
That he went missing?
Finding him dead.
He was stabbed 22 times and no one was saying anything.
It was probably by Putin. Putin personally murdered him.
Well,
topless. He was topless.
No shirt on. And the only time he smiles is when he murders.
It was a satirical article, but I just thought it was funny because it's what everyone was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Russia's scary.
Russia is scary. I was watching the opening ceremony. It was like for 5 minutes. I watched it. Putin was just. It was just
Putin.
Just in like a long coat, just standing there clapping.
It makes me wonder if he's even human. He just kind of sits there and
he's more
I watched the figure skating and they won gold overall. Their team or whatever, and he's just like.
He can't show emotion. They can't know that he.
And even he shook everyone's hand, and you'd think
good job representing.
Yeah, he'd be happy, hell yeah, we won. Nope, just. He's only happy when he's outdoors with no shirt on. That's the only time I've seen him smile.
When he's hugging some sort of animal.
He's fighting a bear.
Yeah, when he's fighting bears. He keeps the bear population down. Him personally.
He does. Did you hear about somebody found a stray dog sleeping in their bed?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Found a stray dog.
How many stray dogs are there in Russia?
No, that is security.
No.
That is security dog in your bed. Yes, I did hear about that.
And all the problems with the hotel rooms and stuff.
Yeah, the toilets really close together. Brown water. Brown.
The toilet seats being backwards.
Yeah,
I think I did.
They're on, but they're backwards. I've heard someone
having to throw the toilet paper in the garbage instead of
instead of flushing.
And one of the doors it locked and then it stayed locked forever, so someone had to break it down, and then they just left it with a giant hole.
I think somebody had lights and somebody didn't have a doorknob and
they had to trade.
Yeah.
Something that had blown up today was I was telling Vince about this earlier. A athlete from Lebanon. Some pictures or a video or something of her having a photo shoot, a naked photo shoot. Well, not completely, she was wearing
a topless one.
Yeah,
I heard
she
about
had
that.
A thong on or something. And I guess that's just exploded everywhere. And Lebanon's she's shaming our country and all that.
Don't go home. Yeah. Stay in Russia.
That's funny. Stay in Russia. It's safer.
It's the only time you'll ever say that.
What's it called? Chechnya right there. It's not a couple miles. It's
close by,
within driving distance of Sochi, which is very warm. Sochi. Yeah. Apparently, it's more. It's on average warmer than.
It's like the Windsor of Russia.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Because it is really south. It's down, and it's by a lake, isn't it?
Apparently, Putin has a spring or summer home there or something.
Of course he does. He's so cute. I just want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
He's probably a ruthless human being.
Yeah, he was.
But you just want to spend time with him.
He looks so cuddleable.
He's former KGB.
Really?
Yeah.
Bad.
He's KGB,
ass.
Former KGB.
Yeah, I think other than the obvious Russian things about the Olympics, I think everything else is pretty smooth. You haven't really seen any major problems other than the fact that they're Russian and they don't think that that's a problem if there's two toilets right next to each other.
We talk two-man luge. Two-man luge.
Can we talk two-man luge?
I just don't get it.
Well,
I don't know if it's a mass thing that they want to put two people on a luge for mass to get more speed. Why do you need?
Yeah, what's the point?
I don't know why you have two people on a luge. It's I'm not gonna say oh, Michael, there's two guys on a luge, but two people.
Do they go faster? Are their times faster?
I think they go 10 kilometers faster.
That's a sport in it.
You know what I'm really impressed by is the biathlon. I'm really impressed by that. By them having to be skiing for such a long period of time, and then they have to get their heart rate down and calm themselves down enough so that they can shoot everything.
That's a real
really
test.
Impressive.
Yeah, and to focus when you're that hopped up on adrenaline and stuff.
Yeah, really.
Just to
just to perform at the Olympics as a whole, because you've been preparing for 4 years, and then on top of that,
the mental stress that they must go through. Think about it. You got 10 seconds to prove if you're good enough, and you've been training all your life.
4 years building
for
up.
for one thing.
Yeah,
and if you don't do it, and then you see so many people do their personal best at the Olympic. It's where do they pull that? Whoa.
Yeah.
I would like mess up and embarrass my country. I
But
guaranteed.
would you?
Something like gymnastics or something where everything has to be like pinpoint and you have to like bow the right way. I would like fall over when I like bow or wave at something and then be like, oh, I lost all the points.
I don't usually care a whole lot for the Olympics. That's just me. Like I'm not trying to be anti-country or anything like that.
What's wrong with the Olympics? You don't want to support our country?
That's not what I'm saying.
You want to support our Earth? It's an international event. It's like saying you don't like peace.
If you don't want to stand behind your troops, you can stand in front of them.
Huh. Thought about that? America. No, keep talking.
No, I think like the only time for Winter Olympics anyway where I start to care is hockey, just because that's our thing.
That is our thing.
We just got to uphold that.
Only because we don't have lacrosse.
Oh, because we don't.
They'll never put that in the summer games.
That's our summer sport, right?
Summer games are like too busy.
Summer games are crazy.
Like there's too many events. They can't throw lacrosse in there. I think they're getting rid of something. They got rid of baseball, I think, already.
Yeah,
they're going to get rid of something
They were
else.
getting rid of wrestling, but I don't know if it's staying.
Why would they get rid of wrestling?
There was
like one of the originals.
It was a big debacle because of that reason. And I don't know
naked wrestling. That was like what the Olympics.
They
made the whole Olympics because they wanted to wrestle each other in oil
to please Zeus,
naked to please Zeus. That's what Olympics means in ancient Greek.
Satisfy his sexual appetite.
He's like, yes, grab each other, more oil.
More oil, and there's like kids standing by with like barrels of oil.
Yay!
They just dump it on the guy.
Yeah, like
that's my father.
That was like the Olympics, and then we decide, hey, we'll throw medals and we'll
like
do this, and then I guess we'll have them wear clothes now, and then boom, wrestling's gone. It's like, what's going on? This is what it was all about.
The thing is, I don't know anymore if wrestling is still taken out, but
it's
something I had heard about.
I heard about it after the London Olympics.
Yeah,
there was like talk about it, and I was like, well, that's not.
It doesn't make sense. It's like
because you know what? There won't be any more wrestling anymore.
The London Olympics.
There won't be wrestling in schools. Like it'll start to go away because like what do they? I don't know. People will do it for fun, I guess.
I forgot the last Olympics were in London. Can't believe China was 2008.
I know.
Does that feel like it was yesterday?
It feels like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, like the fake footprints and the bird's nest was cool. Their stadium and they had like a thing where they got rid of all their smog for just in time for the Olympics, and then it all came back.
I don't know how they did it.
Like they're just crazy.
They just like get a bunch of vacuums. And
No, they had this stuff that they shot into their atmosphere or something, and it controlled the weather, and it like sucked up all the smog for like just enough time for the Olympics. It's like holding in a fart, and then when everyone
left,
and then when everyone leaves, like
last tourist is gone.
And they're like, okay, last flight's out, smog, go, and it just it all just falls from. No, like you go to China and you think like, oh, it's so cloudy here. No, that's like all the industrial smog. Like it's crazy.
It's crazy. I think. Speaking of China, the iPhone 6 leaked. Apparently,
I had seen that, but I don't know if there's a lot of truth behind that or not. But
it happens every.
Yeah, this is new.
I don't believe anything until
it's like
until the almighty meeting happens or the presentation. That's
the keynote.
Everything else doesn't exist until the keynote event.
No.
As far as I'm concerned.
You know, there was the 5 did leak a little bit. The 5S. It was like some just Chinese knockoff company came up with the design.
The fake 5S already came out before the real.
Yeah. It's Basic Bear.
Honestly, China has two industries. They have the industry where they actually make the stuff, and then they have the industry where they make the stuff that's identical knockoffs. They have they have everything. So they make the knockoffs and the real stuff.
Apparently, they just got the green light to sell 5Cs in China.
That's going to be big.
Yeah. This is the 5C, or the 5C knockoff. It's the Basic Bear. It's
Basic
like a
Bear, hello.
It's an Android-based iPhone, and it's literally the exact same specifications.
I feel like there's no
hardware.
There's no copyright rules in Asia.
No,
someone was telling me you could go to China, find a really good jazz trio or something, take their album, bring it to the United States. All you'd have to do is repackage it, and you could copyright it yourself, and it would be yours, and you could be a musician.
Wow,
bam!
I might consider that.
There's no rules. They have nothing. That's why there's so many knockoffs of everything.
It's crazy.
All right. Another topic that I've been looking forward to is just talk about comedy. I want to just talk about. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
No, I love it.
To get started, how did you guys? How
did we start being stand-up comedians?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
So you know, I
a
was
lot
just
of work.
the first funny thing I remember. I don't know. You go.
I'd say like Disney movies. Whenever there was like a funny part.
Yeah.
I don't know. That and like whenever like I was little and I met like a silly person.
Yeah.
Like whoa, like
That's where like your humor developed. I would say like I've always been like burp and fart. If you burp and fart,
it's gold.
it's gold.
It's gold forever.
It still is.
You could go back in time and like fart really loud at something and everyone will laugh. Like,
Yeah. I did want to add to your Disney thing though. It's probably the same for you guys. You go back and watch a Disney movie that you haven't seen in
it's
years,
great.
and it's like a million times better because you understand everything.
Yeah, it's
I,
just
I don't watch Disney movies anymore.
you're over it.
I haven't watched any in years.
Like since your youth.
since the first time I watched.
Do you want to come over?
The
sometime,
first-
watch
No, I
Cinderella?
haven't.
One of the ones I
Cinderella.
rewatched like I probably only watched it when I was like 6 or 7, and then I stopped until I was like 16. Was The Lion King. I watched The Lion King again, and I was like, whoa, like it's just really good.
This is Shakespeare.
Those bugs always look so good.
The grubs?
Yeah, the grubs. They're like, and the way they describe them, it's like
They look delicious.
they describe them deliciously. They're like
Then I go outside. I pull a worm out of the ground.
they're gross.
I was like, I can't put this in my
Like they
mouth.
make the
And I
most delicious
try.
noises when they eat them, and it's like it's like it sounds delicious, but you're like no.
Then you go outside and you find a grub, and you're like, what is this thing? This giant maggot thing.
Timon and Pumbaa did it.
Not for me.
I don't know.
Not for me.
First funny thing I remember, maybe my grandfather. He's a pretty
Yeah.
funny guy.
I feel like it starts with family, and then you just kind of like you become more aware of like funny stuff around you.
I think there's nothing more addicting than like getting a laugh.
Yeah,
That's such a good feeling. That's why I try so hard on this show,
You try so
and I
hard.
fail miserably
You
every
do.
time.
You're trying hard right now.
Yeah.
how'd you know? Leave me alone. I'm going home.
I don't know. It's just like watching stand-up comics. I hate people that try to be funny.
Yeah, and it just doesn't work.
But
yeah,
And it's like shut up, shut up.
it has to
shut up,
come
shut up.
naturally.
yeah. If like I have a teacher, and he tries so hard to be funny, and he tries so hard,
And it hurts.
and it's just like you're not funny.
You almost like feel
Just-
their like
just teach.
unhappiness with not being funny.
And he
You're like,
puts these-
oh, I'm
He
sorry.
tries to like relate to the age groups.
Doesn't no.
No, it doesn't.
No.
He's like putting like, but
Okay,
he's a nerd.
How so?
The best way
He's a
to
nerd.
the best way to be funny, like genuinely funny, is you just gotta like be yourself and not be
Yeah.
afraid to like say something stupid and like you know it's stupid, but you're like that's how I feel. Like I feel like when people are honest, they like you get the most
Yeah.
funny out of it because it's like wow, that's probably what he's actually thinking. Like I don't know. Whenever I say there's a whole bunch of porn on my computer, I mean it. There's a lot of porn on my computer, and it's like that's porn.
Just like people have to realize like if you can't think of a joke right away, don't
Don't.
make a joke.
No.
If there's a joke there, then make the joke. But like when people sit there and think, how can I make a joke right now? This guy just said he bent over. I gotta think of something. And you take like a minute to think about it. It's probably not going to be good.
No. It has to be like if it's not there.
That 10-second time frame where it would have worked is past.
Yeah. What I do sometimes is if I think of something, I'll be like, okay, store that one for later.
Yeah.
Like if you actually do think of like a good one, you're like, that'll work. And then you just like, okay, next time Bend Over comes, you just go through your little filing cabinet and you pull it out.
Hey, remember this joke I made a long time
And
ago?
then you, like-
it's gonna work now.
You like fart it out of your mouth,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it works, sometimes
Because
it
then you end up like George Costanza, the jerk store cult.
doesn't.
That's exactly every time.
I'm running out of you.
Every time somebody makes a bad joke and they just think about it, and I know they overthink it. I think of that scene from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, well the jerk store called.
Yeah? Oh, I had sex with your wife. His wife's in a coma.
Yeah.
That show's great. I don't want to make this a segment about how much I like Seinfeld.
No, it can be.
It's gonna be.
We all like Seinfeld.
I like Seinfeld.
No, it's great. It's like
Kramer's looking upon us right now.
he's judging us right now.
He's
with
smiling
his,
upon us.
he's a troubled soul. But no, I don't know. I was watching like the special and like the whole idea was just like Jerry and Larry were like hanging out and like Larry's just like, why can't the show be this? Like us just and they were
Talking?
like they were just talking.
I love comedians in cars. It's so good.
That's a great show.
I wish they were longer.
I know, like
I
feel like they are longer, but they edit stuff.
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Because they probably have they should have an extended where you get the whole conversation. Because I feel like you get some interesting things out of it.
I wish they were more like at least 10 minutes long. The one with Jason Alexander was really short. It was really
just because it was meant to be like a skit.
Yeah,
I wish
it's just a thing.
why did they just make
He might have an actual episode eventually. I feel like he'll do I don't know, the actress that does
another
Elaine.
episode come out tomorrow?
No, the season's
Oh.
yeah.
And ended with Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that
Stern. I forgot about that.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't watch it.
It's a good one. The car's cool too.
Yeah. What did they...
That line struck me. I
Yeah.
was telling Robbie this, but there was a line Jerry said when they were talking about the current age of entertainers and things like that, and he said, we live in an age where we have amateurs making media and amateurs judging it. Like, that's so true. Because with the invention of YouTube and all this stuff, we have just people who really don't have a ton of credentials, and they're just
Making stuff.
and getting paid to do it and things like that.
Yeah.
So that
And
really
then
struck me.
Who's judging it? Us.
And
Yeah.
the thing is,
The internet.
comedians have just the best way of just saying things, just putting things in the right words, like that. I'm like, I think that all the time, but I don't know how to say it. Like
Yeah,
that.
and it's just you just made a sentence that's been in my brain forever. You made it all make sense right there.
Yeah,
And he was even talking about because Howard Stern's a judge on what is it, that America's Got Talent or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was saying that too, how that's amateur talent, and we have the only thing that we produce is either judges of amateur talent or amateur talent.
It's a very valid point.
Yeah.
Also, I was going to say for your Seinfeld thing, they say that in the show.
What?
Remember the scene in the diner? Why can't this be the show?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's funny because when those episodes happen, people start to realize oh,
This actually happened.
This is how the show was.
Larry
made.
David ate something out of the
And
garbage.
there was something Jason Alexander didn't know that he was playing Larry David the whole time until after the first season or something, and he's just
yeah.
and then he went up to Larry David for one of the episodes. He's like, no one would react like this. Why?
He's like, I
And he's
did.
like, I react like this, and he's like, I'm you. It all hit him. He's like, I'm Larry David. I'm playing Larry.
Because
David.
I guess when the show started, Jason was just doing a blatant Woody Allen impression.
Yeah, he was just kind of doing he did whatever he felt.
That's a
was-
signal.
Yeah,
Woody Allen.
What about Woody Allen?
Woody Allen. Did you hear about Woody Allen?
No.
Pedophile Woody Allen?
What?
He touched his daughter.
What?
She just came out again. Apparently she came out before and said it, but she came out again. They would
No
take her into a dark room and lay her down and touch her
What?
butt. Yeah.
Woody
Yeah.
Allen's a germaphobe. He wouldn't do that.
Is he actually true?
No, he's a real big germaphobe.
Real big.
No, I have not heard this.
Yeah.
No.
How did you not hear
That's horrible.
I don't think that should ruin his I don't know, what he's created.
that comes back to Lance Armstrong though. They're in the same boat. Did he diddled kids?
But they can't take away whatever awards his movies have won
he's
because he's an insane person.
he diddled kids. Let's take all of his awards away. Or he used steroids like 20 other people in the competition and won. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
We live in a
Pretty much
Where one action can define you.
the whole cycling thing. Think about it. It just came out now. If everyone would have just I feel like it needed to be stricter. It just wasn't strict enough. Although, from the stories I've heard, the way that they doped was super elaborate. They had a whole system.
of taking their blood out of their
It's
body.
just messed up.
spinning
Who
it.
would suspect that?
Mhm.
It's just messed up. Why? I don't know.
Science.
Science just blows my mind. I watched Kill Bill for the first time.
Did you really? For the first
Really?
time?
Blew my mind.
When did you watch it for the first time?
Sunday?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just volume
Just
one.
volume one?
Yeah, just volume 1. I haven't seen volume 2 yet.
Volume 2 is good.
I assume so.
Volume 2 has the best line in
Volume-
the movie I think ever.
Volume 2 is a lot more character driven. That's
Yeah.
not to say there isn't still some action, because the first one's really action heavy.
It's
The
really
second one is
action
a
heavy,
lot
and
more-
you're figuring out the characters.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. She's kind of figuring out herself.
Volume 2 is a lot more of
The
that.
Bride.
It's whoa. There's a lot of whoa moments in that movie where
And
it's
more Samuel L. Jackson, of course.
mm, mm,
Speaking of Samuel L. Jackson, did you see the whole thing about him losing his mind on
the. Well, I'm like,
there was a Captain America ad.
That's what the guy was saying afterwards. He's like, there was a Captain America ad. That's what I was.
But the guy did say it in the interview.
I thought he said it. I know he said it afterwards. After the whole thing
he said it before.
Did he?
Yes, the guy said,
but then like
the Captain America trailer is out.
And then but he didn't say that though when during the interview. He's like, how about that commercial at the Super Bowl, and that was it. And then he didn't try to defend himself at all.
Because I think somebody on the side was like telling him no, but the way I understood from watching it, the guy was like, "Oh, I saw the Captain America trailer and the Super Bowl commercial. Anybody approach you about that?"
Yeah, like I know there was a video that had come out afterwards, after the interview, and he was saying it was for a Captain America Super Bowl commercial. I'm like, okay, he's saying that now, but I don't know if he knew it before.
What is it?
Yeah, you think he was just like confused?
I don't know. But the point is, Samuel Jackson just tore this guy apart.
Hey, you know what? There's only 5 black male actors. You can't mix. And when you're interviewing someone, you should know who they. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be mixing up those kind of facts.
he just goes on. He's like, I'm not the black guy in the credit card commercial. He's like, that's the other black guy.
Yeah,
like that.
It's like, I don't know. They don't all look alike. That's not a thing.
I like this. I tell you what, you working for Marvel, the Super Bowl commercial. Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
you're working for Marvel.
Oh, clearly he did not take it that way.
You working for Marvel, the Super Bowl commercial. Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
Okay, wait. What does he say after? Play. I've never seen this.
What Super Bowl commercial?
Does he say for Captain America?
Oh, you know what? I've admit my mistake.
See, you're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
I am not.
See, clearly the guy was talking.
So clearly, all this came apart at because of Samuel L. Jackson's ignorance to there being a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Did he just forget that?
So this
Captain
is his
America?
fault. So this is
all Samuel L. Jackson's fault. As much as I love the guy, this is his fault.
Yeah, he wasn't
I'm pretty sure that
he went directly to defense mode without even thinking oh yeah, my commercial for Captain America.
I guarantee the producer was just
yeah, he's
stop, just stop.
He felt like he couldn't talk, but it was a commercial, so it's no.
What, did the producer not know either?
No, I'm saying the producer probably thought, oh shit, he's probably talking about Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he wasn't.
The producer thought he was talking about Lawrence Fishburne, and the producer was probably unaware that he was in an actual Super Bowl commercial for a movie.
Yeah. I feel like if that guy was able to talk, he could have saved himself from it.
Yeah.
Instead, he cut himself off, and then he got raped.
I don't know. I thought the commercial was pretty good for Captain America.
Are you going to answer the question for Samuel L. Jackson?
I will. I'll answer it for the guy.
It was a good movie.
It was a good commercial. I got pumped. Got to see some more Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Spoiler alert. Apparently, people don't know that. I was watching a movie reviewer who was reviewing the first debut trailer for Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Okay.
And he's like, oh my god, who is the Winter Soldier? And he didn't know. And this guy's supposed to be a nerd.
Yeah.
And all the comments were like, oh, you don't know who that is?
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. It's the Winter Soldier. And he's like, if I don't know who it is, but it's in the comics, and you tell me, it's still a spoiler. It's still a spoiler. It's like reading a book and then watching the movie, but it's still a spoiler. We live in a world of spoilers.
Yeah, it's like the second we can get our hands on a spoil, it's ruined.
It's like, have you guys watched Dexter? You've
never seen Dexter.
You watched Dexter?
No.
Did you guys ever plan on seeing Dexter?
Ruin it for me. Go for it. No, you're gonna ruin for everyone. Shut up.
No, it's been over. It's an awful show. It ended awfully. But there was a key plot point that was happening in season 4, and Brett was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I'm on season 4, blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, it's all bad after blah 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 blah. And I had thought that it happened in season 3,
but it didn't.
It happened at the end of season 4.
So he didn't know.
He's like, what do you mean? I was like, when what's her face dies. I was like, that happens in season 4.
You gotta stop.
And then it's just
boom, ruined.
what are you gonna do? Coming from the guy that read the Dark Knight Rises script before.
I feel like you've read like so many things ahead of time.
Yeah. What I do when I'm like,
you're bad for that.
When I'm watching something or I'm planning on watching something, I won't like tell anyone because then they won't tell me. Like they won't feel obligated.
Oh, okay.
Or if they start talking about it, I'll just be like, and just walk away.
I have to go.
Yeah, like I just kind of like I shut it out as much as I possibly can before it gets ruined.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy. Like when Breaking Bad, when the last episode came out, like I don't think I went outside because I didn't watch it the night of, and I
Definitely didn't go on the internet.
Oh yeah,
No.
I didn't go on Facebook. Nothing. I'm just like, okay, like I'm watching it this afternoon. Like, don't go on Facebook. Resist. And then I was happy because I didn't get it ruined.
I shut all my social media off.
Yeah, you just gotta like
I put my phone away and I just waited.
turn your lights off.
I think I watched it like 3 o'clock in the morning before some sort of test.
I you know what? I was
Who
upset
needs
that
tests?
I was upset that I didn't follow that show as it was happening.
It doesn't
I
matter.
was happy I caught up.
I wish I could have been part of the hype.
Yeah,
I would have enjoyed
honestly,
being a part of that.
like
but-
even if you were to start watching it now, it's just as exciting. Like it's an amazing.
Oh yeah,
series.
it's a great show. It's just that like there'd be times where I would be hanging out with Vincent Gabe and they would go on for
Oh my god,
20
Breaking Bad,
minutes
yeah.
about Breaking Bad and I'd just be sitting there like,
But like at least
Okay.
now you understand. Like
now I
It's-
understand why.
it's something to talk about. Like it's
Apparently GTA 5 is also a thing to talk about.
It was. Not anymore.
you're already over it.
Again, you went on for like half an hour and then you guys apologize like, we're sorry. There's nothing else to talk about.
Were you there the day I bought it at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes.
Where I was like, oh, I'm going to go buy it. And I was like, I didn't buy it. And I like hid it in my coat pocket and I had you guys going for the entire night.
And then
I was like, I have it.
everyone shit.
Everyone pooped.
I played it for like a month straight and then it stopped.
I feel like that's how like our society works now. We just kind of like suck things dry and then spit them
We have
out.
a really short attention span.
Yeah, like
Yep.
it's all ruined.
Thanks a lot, Sesame Street.
It's everything. Everything's ruined. It TV, like commercials are just so like commercials are like 20 seconds long, 30 seconds long.
Well, that's why like
Vine.
That's why like Old Spice commercials are working, and yeah, Vine was the thing.
Yeah, like
Oh.
Old Spice commercials are just like shock value. It's just like how much can we just create?
how
Yeah,
much
but
can
like
we blow
there's
their
so many
minds?
things happening like at once in those commercials,
And like a lot of commercials are becoming like that.
yeah,
It's like bam, 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 bam. This doesn't make sense.
it was memorable, but that's all that matters.
Yeah, like they're just I don't know. It just sucks that like things can't be appreciated as much anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, back on topic.
Hannibal.
Hannibal Lecter,
You guys gotta watch
This
Hannibal.
is totally not on topic.
Hannibal Rising.
Fuck topic.
Someone told me I look like the kid from Hannibal Rising or something.
Don't
but
worry about that. That's a
Do
bad
I-
movie.
Do I look like it though?
You are better looking.
I'm better. Yeah, but is there similarities?
The hair. If you like slick your hair back and like 8 people.
And 8 people?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. That's it.
That's it. You nailed it. The new Hannibal show.
I only saw the pilot and I liked it, but I haven't watched anything
Top
since.
notch. Top notch. I don't know if it's on NBC. Apparently it's on NBC. I'm like, this is very
Yeah, I know it's on
So
NBC.
very graphic.
But that I was kind of surprised by that when I had seen
It's like
the first
HBO
episode
stuff.
because you could see like, oh, they're putting a lot of faith in this show. Like I could tell like the budget and what they're trying to do.
Fucking good show.
Yeah,
Everyone
there you
should watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it.
watch it, audience.
You.
Anyways, like I was saying, what so like what kind of comedians are you guys
Oh.
into?
All of them.
You make me feel like a bad guy because I'm trying to keep some sort of
Timeline.
coherence to the show.
No. Let's go around. Starting with Vince.
No, don't start with me.
Fine, I'll start. I don't care. Some of my like first favorite comedians, like I feel like the first time I like sat down and listened to comedy was Dane Cook. Like
Yeah.
when he was like big, like that
Yeah.
was like I actually like when I first heard it on like someone played it on like someone got their album, like his album, the one that like went huge. And then like from there I was online like watching Vicious Circle and all that stuff. Like that was like probably the first comedian I was like centered
I
around.
remember my kid on my street pulled me in, like, and like we went to his website. Do you remember, like, would you go to Dane Cook's website and like just like hit play at the top
No.
and just listen to like clips from CD? I feel like that was like the first comedian I started following. Was Dane Cook.
I just maybe it was just because like timelines like matched up perfectly. Like
Yeah.
I was like getting older and like his like fame went from like this to this and like
kind of edgy.
it was
I
like right
guess.
on time kind of thing.
Oh, fucking edgy.
But then from there, like that sparked my interest, and then I was kind of like over him and looking for more.
Yeah.
Like more better stuff, less shock value, and more like cool stuff.
That's true. I remember, like Dane Cook was like the be all end all for me for like the longest time.
Oh yeah.
And then I bought a TV, right? It was like I bought a boob tube, and I had I jerry rigged. I rigged up an antenna. So like I got my dad's airplane wire and like I just like made it and like stuck it in the back.
Yeah.
And I got like 4 channels, like ABC, NBC, Fox, and I got TVO.
Ooh.
TVO.
There you go.
And I would like stay up to like hours on end.
Forever.
And then one night I'd watch TVO, and TVO had like movies, and they had like foreign movies. So like
They had like any movie.
they had weird movies.
Because one time, like, I stayed up late, and I was reading Paul McCartney's book, and I just got past the part where they were talking about, like, the first movie they made and how big it got, like, A Hard Day's Night. And then that night, it was on at 4 a.m. So I watched, like, it was like, yeah.
They
like,
just play.
They play, like, you watch it after, like, 2 o'clock.
The first thing that caught my interest, there was boobs. It's like, oh, this movie has
It's like, oh,
breasts.
boobs. Keep going.
Right?
Yeah.
Public television, didn't care.
There's no rules after dark.
No.
See, from like TVO was just TVO Kids. Nothing on was on.
I know.
When that block ended, the went off the air.
This was like, oh, boring. And then
Yeah.
you just move on.
Well,
but,
as a kid, that was my mentality. I'm like, this channel no longer exists.
but
now.
really, that's where the good stuff's hiding. For the adults that can stay up that late,
Yeah.
But what it was about TVO that changed me is that I remember exactly, it was TVO, and I was watching a movie. I'm like, this movie's amazing. This movie's awesome. It was Dustin Hoffman, Richard Pryor, Mel Brooks, Little Big Man, and I just like after watching the movie, I'm like, I need to know everything about these people.
yeah.
And that's when comedy changed for me. When
See,
I
I
learned who
haven't
Mel
seen
Brooks
enough
was.
Mel Brooks movies.
When
I've seen like maybe
You
3.
gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Like I'm missing out.
The
Spaceballs
producers?
was my first one.
Spaceballs, the producers, History of the World.
Like long before I was exposed to, like for me, it was always like comic movies, like comic actors.
Yeah, funny movies.
That's where I was.
You know, SNL.
I-
The SNL movie, Night at the Roxbury, which Robbie hates.
It's
Yeah,
it's like a bit that they just dragged out. Like it's good. You know what I like about it? I like the no yes, and how many times that's always funny for me. And if I had someone that we did that all the time, I would do it all the time. Like that's hilarious. But just like certain things were like, meh. But overall, when I actually watched it all the way through, I felt better about it than I did before. So.
I was so mad at you when I learned.
How dare you? You were like disappointed in me, like you expected more from me.
Yeah.
But I think I'm over that now.
Like,
a little bit.
When I was younger, comic, like for me, Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler were the
Oh
be-all
my
and end all.
gosh.
And now I hate Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
No,
because it's.
you can't hate Adam Sandler. You're just not happy.
Have you ever seen Funny People?
You know what? I didn't see Funny People.
I did.
Watch Funny People.
I heard
it's,
Funny People wasn't very funny.
it's not very funny, but it's
It's-
almost like
it's
Adam
supposed to be like
Sandler's like life story, pretty much. Like it's like
Really?
yeah, like Adam Sandler's pretty much like playing himself, but like super overemphasized,
Okay.
and like it's pretty much just like this comedian, and he does all these like at a certain point in his career, he's doing all these crappy movies, and he doesn't even like the movies that he's doing, and he doesn't even think they're funny anymore. But he's making like millions. I'm ruining the movie, but he's making millions of dollars, and then he wants to get back.
Oh,
to,
I
like,
might want to see that now.
he wants to get back to like stand up, and he wants to
Right.
get back to like
Isn't he like dying too or something?
Yeah.
probably.
Probably.
I don't want to ruin too much, but it's like it's good,
But-
like it's interesting, and it makes you think about Adam Sandler now, and it's like, hey, it's kind of makes
The
sense.
thing that like it makes me think though, I'm because like I'll see like newer stuff like Jack and Jill, and I'm like, this is just the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and I'm like, his humor hasn't changed. I'm like,
Just
why?
not-
Why is it that I like Billy Madison, but I hate the later movies? It's
But they were good movies. They were funny movies. Like
Yeah.
Sure, the humor hasn't changed, but like the jokes.
but like, why does like something like that work? Is it like just nostalgia or
No.
No,
nostalgia.
not at
If
all,
it was
because
if it was nostalgia, these
when I
movies
watched Happy Gilmore for the first time, like
That's
I felt like I didn't know funny before then. Like
Yeah.
it was hilarious, and like I feel like he's just like the topics he's tackling are like not the right topics. He needs to get back to just like I don't know. He almost needs to like be young again and just
Yeah.
be would young and do the stupid shit that he did before. Because now he's playing. He's like 40 something. You know what I mean?
yeah?
He's old and he's just kind of like fuck it.
Eddie Murphy.
Where did he go?
Murphy.
He's too expensive for movies.
He's too expensive for movies.
Yeah, I think he
demands too much money.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
Because
his daughter makes makeup commercials.
What was
he probably has enough money anyway. He's like,
Yeah.
what was
Who
he just
cares?
in?
He was in that like
Heist? Tower Heist?
Tower Heist. There was that 1,000 Words movie.
oh, I actually watched that movie.
How was
It
that?
was okay. It's a lot of like, you know what? It was decent. It's exactly what you expected the movie to be, though.
It's 1,000 Words.
Yeah, like he's like, oh, can't talk. Like the whole thing's like a can't talk bit. You know what I mean? Like it's just him struggling to talk the whole movie.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy.
I
I just wish that Beverly Hills Cop.
But oh my gosh, Ace Ventura.
heard they were making a show.
Are they?
I heard they were
I
making.
hope they don't.
And like he would like he's like producing it or he's gonna like guest on it or something. I don't know.
It better be good. If they're gonna I have.
Don't you hate when things get ruined? Why can't something just be?
It's just like,
and then that's it. And then
the mediocre things, like RoboCop. Like RoboCop is great, but it wasn't like great all the way through. Like there was RoboCop 1, 2, and 3. And there's the cartoon.
There was?
Yeah, great, but like those weren't great all the way through. But like Beverly Hills Cop was always great.
It was consistently
It
good.
was consistently good. So were the first however many Die Hard movies, but they decided to make more. I don't know why.
More. What did I say before? Suck it till it's dry. That's what we do. We suck. We just suck until it's not.
Suck.
We suck until it's not good anymore. We're like, and then we spit it out, and then it's like next, and then we suck. Like nothing can ever just be anymore.
We suck the vampires.
Like why can't there just be one
We
movie
suck
and
the
that's
zombies.
all it is, and that's all you get, and like the mystery of not knowing the rest of the storyline is just there.
Zombies are dead next. Zombies are going to go away soon.
Oh yeah,
Really?
You know,
I'm already kind of over.
But they've been around for a long time though.
but not in this like Walking Dead.
Oh.
You know, everyone's like on this Walking Dead thing.
He's masturbating right now.
They're walkers, Vince. They're walkers.
It's a whole different scene.
They're fucking
It's-
zombies.
It's an interesting movie because it's not all about the zombies. It's about like how society,
yeah.
like I don't know. The message I got from it so far is like we're worse than the zombies. Like humanity, like what happens to humanity when that kind of stuff happens is like messed up.
It's like playing DayZ. Have you ever heard of DayZ or played DayZ? DayZ is like it's based off of Arma. It's a
Armageddon.
it's like an army simulation game.
Oh.
It's like a zombie apocalypse. It's like a zombie apocalypse simulation.
Yeah.
And it's just like you scavenge around. You look for things like you would. There's not like thousands of zombies. There's like 300 zombies in like an entire server or more, and they'll like add to like every minute, and like but you're not so much worried about the zombies as you are the other players, because you get held up and then they kill you and then they find you and they kill you again and they steal your things. There are stories about people getting kidnapped in the game at gunpoint and like just like kidnapped, and then they would give everybody like a shovel, and you'd have to like beat up other prisoners with the shovel in the game. Like if that's just in a game, imagine what would happen in real life. You know,
Society would be like really messed up.
I think
Honestly, I think I would just board up my house and like take all of the soup cans I can and just like
just start stocking
make
up.
absolutely no noise and just be by myself and like have like all the seasons of Seinfeld and just watch them forever.
But a lot of people see those zombie movies as like some social commentary, like Dawn of the Dead, the original one. People saw because it was inside a shopping mall, and people were saying that the shoppers who go around just consuming everything every day are zombies, and that was the kind of like the social commentary for it, or at least that's how a lot of people viewed it as, and they saw it as this whole other thing than it just being like a horror movie.
Peaceful. He's in a better place. He's dreaming about our voices. Back to comedy because we keep getting off track. Shut up.
Just makes me wonder. You were saying something about Ace Ventura?
Jim Carrey, I totally forgot. Like that was my first.
Forgot
what am
he
I
was a
talking
thing?
about? Like
The Mask.
no, Ace Ventura for me.
The Mask for me.
It was Ace Ventura, and then I went back and I found The Mask, and I'm like, okay, this is good too. But like Ace Ventura was like huge for me. I think my mom like rented it, and then we all watched it, and like my whole family just died. Like it was hilarious.
Yeah. And Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
The sequel's coming out this year.
Yeah, that's really like. I think when you're young, you don't find comedians. You find like funny people, and
then
you're like, oh, they're a comedian.
You're like, I want to laugh more, and you go and find these other
And
things.
you just keep searching, like, oh, they talk for hours, and
And I think like
We had it rough. We didn't have the internet. Now kids have the internet and they can subscribe to comedy channels and
they can laugh forever.
you had to go to Blockbuster.
You had to search for things.
You had to really look.
Yeah.
I don't remember who my first
but we had to go.
comedian
We had to
was.
go out and look.
We had to go
We
outside.
had to go outside and look. They can just.
They don't have to move. They just
Internet.
internet.
Go.
It's great.
Like we would go to a Blockbuster. This Blockbuster didn't have it. We'd go to another Blockbuster. We'd call that.
Seriously, imagine like
Rogers.
I'm excited for the generation that was like born into computers, like completely,
Yeah.
like internet, everything, every
They're
piece
gonna
of
have no
information
sense
that
of
they ever
privacy.
wanted to know is like, you know what I mean? Like even when they're little, like all the way up. Like that's gonna be cool. They'll be smart kids.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody. I heard it on the RT podcast. Somebody said that we have the collective intelligence of the entire world in our hands and our phones, and we make fun of people for using them too much. And it's just like
It's true. It's like, but at the same time, like,
But that's people from different generations who are saying that, who don't.
yeah, I know, but the
Yeah,
kids
like,
are just like saying.
think how many times
dick
like
pics and
parents and
Snapchat.
adults are just like, hey, like why don't you look at me? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're on your phone too much. You're looking at a screen too much.
Yeah, like you're. How do you say it? I don't know. Like you're cutting off actually being social with people because you're so consumed with a phone.
It's
And
just
that's
so
how
fascinating.
That's how
Being
people see it.
social is overrated.
It's
Let's
true.
be honest.
I'm so fascinated
Let's
with
be honest.
the
We're
world.
more involved with,
My
with
grandpa
social
is-
media than just being.
My
social.
grandpa's 91. He has a tablet. He loves it.
Yeah.
He will explore for hours. Like he loves YouTube. He loves everything. Like he finds like old songs from like when he was a boy. He finds like he like Googles anything and that pops into his brain, and it's like the best thing in the world for him right now. Like he loves it.
Cool.
And like that's like an older generation that can like appreciate that. You know what I mean?
It's amazing. You know, Google made 173 acquisitions over the past 3 years, just buying technology, just buying companies.
Yeah.
173
the
companies.
world.
I think they paid like 14 billion or something
For like everything,
for like just one company. Altogether, it was
a lot.
they just their market cap just hit $400 billion. $400 billion.
How big is Apple?
I think they're like 416.
Oh my. Google and Apple, man, they're just gonna like fight to the
Google's
death.
just like, but last August, Google's was at like 240,
So like, whoa.
It's skyrocketing.
246 billion in the course of however many months that is. $160 billion.
Oh, that just excites me. Like, think about the stuff that Google's trying to create. Like, they're trying to
Google
create.
Fiber.
They're trying to create like self-driving cars. They're trying to create like a lot of cool things. So
Have
it's
you guys
like
heard
go
of Google
for it.
Fiber?
What's Google Fiber?
Google Fiber is their internet their internet service. It's. I want it. I want it now. We have like Google. We have like
now?
we have like Bell 5. It's like you get 15 megabytes, but this is gigabit
Gigabytes?
service, right?
Oh,
So 100 times faster. So let's say 1,000 megabytes per second. Yours, probably 5 megabytes per second because you have Bell. Bell's a piece of shit. So let's download. You guys want to download 100 photos, a game, 100 songs, or an HD movie?
Let's do 100 songs.
100 songs. Begin race.
Oh, it's like a race?
Yeah, and it'll show you how fast.
Done?
200 times faster.
Done?
Done.
Done?
Done.
Dude, downloading songs. I have to like pick a day when I want to do it, and then I
gotta set some time
I
aside.
have a list in my drawer of songs that I want to download eventually, but I don't have the time for it.
Exactly.
I will show you the list. It is real. You know what? It's a book. It's like I have a whole process because like I'm so busy, but I know I want to. I have a book. I have a whole book, and it's just lists of songs that I'm like, oh, I'll download. And like in the back, I have albums that I want to download eventually. I just have no time because it just takes so long. If I had that,
You'd
Oh my-
just all of them.
What would
at
you do
once.
with your life?
I don't know. I would be like at the level where I was when I like first listened to music, where I was just like, man, I'll try this out.
Google
Man, I'll try this
Fiber
out.
forced me to change how I live.
But yeah, I feel like it was easier to download songs in like a big,
Well, because they're getting rid of all the illegal stuff now.
you know,
So
it
now
was
you gotta-
so easily illegally. LimeWire, like we could
Because
just,
there was like no rules back then.
just queue up with 100 songs at a time, just like
just like go, and they go free.
you know, and you just like go upstairs.
I need to be like a yeah. You go upstairs and then you come down. It's like, oh, they're done. Okay,
and
sweet.
then you put them on your iPod.
Boom,
Back when
done.
you could do that.
Now there's like, I need to be like a better internet hacker or something.
Yeah, I've given up.
I need to be better at torrents.
Just legitimate. Just buy everything.
I bought Yeezus on iTunes.
Yeah.
That was a legitimate purchase.
I actually, on topic of purchases, I bought a Frank Sinatra CD the other day.
Oh wow,
I just said I'm done.
He's been around for a while.
I quit. No, but
I'm just kidding.
My point isn't like just
who's Sinatra?
My
Some
point,
sort of new rapper?
No, that's not my point. My point is like just that I'm going out and buying things as opposed to downloading them. Just
yeah, no,
I don't know.
I have a lot of CDs. I have a lot of albums, and I love like I'm just like yeah, I'm gonna buy that CD because I really like that artist and they deserve the money. I don't care how crazy rich they get. You know what I mean? They deserve every dollar that they made from it.
Well, Sinatra's dead.
I know, but someone's collecting. You know, the Sinatra family is getting that.
You're welcome. But no, I feel that way with some artists too.
Yeah, it's like you're like, oh, they're coming out with a CD. I'm probably gonna buy that.
His daughter ate at Il Gabbiano when I was working there.
I'm sorry?
She came in for Sunday. Frank Sinatra's daughter.
She just, hey, what's
not the
going
one
on?
that was kidnapped. A different one.
Francesca Sinatra?
I don't know.
I don't know.
His daughter got. You guys ever hear about that? His daughter got kidnapped and like he like called the mafia and like within a day she was back.
We got it.
He's got baptized, man.
Did you see that video? I think Sash like posted on Jesse's wall or something. But it was like this whole story about like in the 90s, like the mob ran Russia.
Yeah.
Like the like everything was the mob. There was no. It was the mafia, like the Russian mafia. Like, I'll show you that video. It's it's like whoa.
Yeah. Because that was that the transition period between.
Yeah. And it was all mafia.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And they're more efficient than government. Hey, I'm missing this person. Yeah, here you go.
Hey, he's back.
That's true. They,
you know what I mean?
They got things done. They get shit done.
It's
just
true.
like slaves.
When there's slaves built the pyramids.
So Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey he's dead.
I'm just trying to think because like I don't remember who my first stand-up comedian was that I.
Well, I'll tell you this: Jim Carrey, if Dumb and Dumber 2 is bad, Jim Carrey dies in my eyes.
He
What?
dies.
Dead.
What about Mr. Poplar's
Dead.
Penguins?
What about it?
What about a series of unfortunate events?
Oh my god! Did they even think about making another one of those?
Probably not.
It's like, oh god,
There's more books. What do we do? No, leave it.
Jim Carrey, make more. No.
We're gonna suck him dry too. He's already almost dry.
He is. That movie.
What?
That movie with
Mr.
Jim
Poppers?
Carrey. No, fuck that movie.
The Incredible Burt Wonderstone?
The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Never seen
There
it.
was so much promise in that movie for him.
You didn't think he was
The
the
way-
best? He was the best part of that movie.
Absolutely, until like his resolve came.
I'll be honest. I don't remember what happened at the end.
Do you care?
I've never heard of this movie.
When he drilled the hole in his head
Oh yeah.
for magic, and then he just became impaired.
Do you remember when he flew?
What?
Do you remember when he flew? He just he sat there like, what? Yeah. I don't remember who my first stand-up comic was that I liked, but I think Dane Cook was. I remember listening to him, and I don't know. It was just a mix of like cursing and talking about boobs and sex.
It was like
and
shock
stuff.
value, and it's just like whoa, like.
So I think the
Does
one I
edgy
remember.
mean funny? Like that's
What's the Dane Cook you guys remember? The one I feel like it's the pool one, the one where he jumps in the pool and like he's at the bottom and then somebody's like floating above and he comes up and he's like hitting the guy and he's like talking about like, don't swim above me when I'm in the abyss.
No,
He was very animated. That's what got him.
See, I just heard him first.
He would like overdo everything. Like,
Yeah.
just to get
He would like
the BK lounge.
overemphasize people, and like he just had like really like catchy like
Yeah.
things about people. Like he would describe a person, and he would only describe them with that one sentence, and then he like every time was like the same.
What was the girl's name? Everyone has this girl.
Oh, he listed names. It was like a whole bunch of names, and it's just like, yeah.
See, I liked his Herply Herples bit, where he's talking about. He's like, "There's some stuff like growing on my dick," and then he's like, "No, man." He's like using like different soap. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. Just don't use the soap anymore. It was like that whole bit, and then he had this bit about him going to Walgreens.
Oh my
like,
god!
He set it up like a Tarantino thing. He's like, "I'm going to Tarantino this," and like he sets it up. He's like, "This is what this guy was saying to me in an alleyway." And then it goes back to the beginning of like the Walgreens story, and like it just the way he sets it up, it was so funny.
Yeah.
I forgot about that skit, that sketch,
And then I don't know, like I started developing a sense of humor where it wasn't just burping and farting and cursing, and then I was starting to get into like
bad puns.
Yeah, of course. No, that is me. I started listening.
Your whole life is a bad pun.
It is. I started listening to more like Carlin and
you start to criticize.
Yeah, I
like to criticize so much.
I feel like now that I've listened to comedians like this, I'm becoming a lot more cynical about things.
There's just like the whole like I'm not all like rah culture anymore. I'm more like we're kind of dumb. Like there's some dumb things.
There's some dumb.
You know what I mean? Like
Bieber.
Like even just like watching the Grammys and seeing like Ringo drumming, and like I could tell I'm just like his mics on his drums, like he's not making any real noise. And Paul McCartney's real drummer is the only one who was actually drumming in that. Like everything that Ringo was doing, you couldn't hear it. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's so fake and stupid. Why'd they even do it?
Yeah, like I feel like it's become more. But at the same time, like I said before, comedians like just have this certain way of saying things and like really making me think about things.
Yeah, and you're just like, whoa.
I really like Louis C.K. for that because
he's like brutally honest.
He says all these things that really put things in perspective, like how he about the plane thing.
Oh yeah, the plane thing. Like you're flying, like you're so disappointed that something that you just heard of doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's like this
the sense of entitlement that our generation has, and I don't know. Like
there was the one thing where he's like, oh, like his daughters are starting to ask for like iPhones and stuff, and he just says like, no, like you can say no to your kids, like no, you can't have that. Like I have money, you don't, you can't have that. And like, and then he went on like a whole thing on how like I was sitting in the car, and because I didn't have the phone to get that instant satisfaction, like I sat there and I was like, I cried. In. Yeah, he's like, reality sunk in, and I just sat there and I was unhappy. And I want that for my children.
he's like, and that's why I don't want to get things for my kids. Like he'll set up like this really long, absurd thing,
and then he'll just go,
and then he'll bring it back right at the end.
Yeah, and it's just like, and that's why I do.
Do you remember the bit about Jazanthropus?
Oh my goodness!
And then he's talking about all these things. He's like, I'm gonna become. Oh no! Maybe
I'm gonna make myself gay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make myself gay, and I'm gonna do things with your father, and then I'm gonna go to a Christian thing to make me not gay, and I'm gonna make him feel bad about himself, and then like just going on, and then like there's this big long laughter, and so that's why I would do that for my kids. And he's like, gotta protect your kids.
I feel like he's a really like authentic person who wants like the best for everything, and he seems so cynical because like I don't know. Like, the world wants him to act a certain way, and he's like, no, like, it's better this way.
Yeah.
Like,
Louis C.K., comedians in cars getting coffee when they were on the boat, the people who are the funniest are the people that you're laughing at that aren't actually being funny.
No, they're just, like, sitting there talking about, like...
The story when his boat got stuck on the bay.
That was funny.
Louis C.K.
Hey, Louis!
Hey, Louis, it's raining! It's raining now!
He's like, shut up, I know! People started recognizing me. He like hates getting recognized. Like that's like
Louis C.K. It's raining,
and he's trying to throw the rope, and he just can't. And his daughters are just kind of like standing there.
He's like, oh, I can't boil the mac and cheese. It's just crunchy mac and cheese with like water. Yeah.
Sorry, the guy on the bike kills me. I sat there and I just went back. Louis C.K.
It's raining now. And his thing where he's talking about like my favorite thing is just to get high and go to an IMAX movie.
Yeah.
And he's like the big blue numbers that are counting down. And he's like I have to take a cab because like I can't drive, and I put the ticket in the left pocket because I can't talk to anyone.
Yeah, and he puts on he keeps himself as hidden as
sits there and
takes it all in, and that's the best part about his day when he doesn't have to deal with his kids or work, is he goes to.
I'm so excited for his show to come back.
Yeah, and for him to work with Galifianakis.
I did read about that.
That's gonna be
him
cool.
and Galifianakis doing an FX show, and I also feel that now like the internet humor has taken on this whole new thing where things are just. Don't make sense, and that's another way that my sense of humor is developing.
Is like things
where it's just nonsense.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
It's just yelling and
Tim and Eric.
Tim and Eric, because that's a really awkward comedy, but that really works well for internet.
No comment.
I feel like this entire hour has just been Vince really hates Josh, and he's gonna let the world know.
Keep on topic.
Please, Josh.
Keep taking us astray.
Fucking Tim and Eric, man. That's anti-comedy. That's the death of comedy.
That's the death of comedy?
Yeah.
You don't think any of that's funny?
No, I think incredibly unfunny people are like going to be the death, but like they're just like.
But no, like that's like.
I could see something like that being like a bit on SNL, and
but incredibly unfunny people are funny because they're
like
funny.
I could see Tim and Eric being like characters on SNL, and people would eat that up. You know what I mean? But could you watch a whole show of it? You can't, but people can.
I know, and I just don't understand.
I know. It's out there, but it's still there.
What was the one with like the mayonnaise?
What?
Did you guys ever see that?
No.
I'll have to find that. I can't remember who sent me it. It's like
I hate when things get too messed up, and you're just like you just like it makes you feel awkward. Like I like sitting there and laughing when something's.
But don't you think that's the goal of some of these people to make you feel awkward?
And it's just like, but for me sometimes like. It gets to a certain point, it's just like, that's not funny, I'm just like completely shocked right now. Like,
the RoboCop remake?
The penis thing was hilarious. It was hilarious, but like, you just... like, do it! Just to see it like to...
like that was great ballistics. The dick just explodes.
And then he's trying to piece it back together.
I guarantee you their entire budget went to making dicks explode. I guarantee it.
Prosthetic penises with little detonators on the... Like, that's hilarious, and that had shock value, but then, like just the really awkward stuff kind of just, like...
But, like the Old Spice commercials, that's...
shock value.
But that's not, like, to the extent of, like, some of the things on the internet. Like, on the internet, not on the internet. I'm trying to think of, like... I want to say Smosh. I hate Smosh.
No, that's just...
That's not the kind of thing
they're just kind of, like, out there. They're just kind of characters. That's all they really...
When I think of internet humor, that's not the kind of internet humor I think of.
Like Oni and G.
Something like that, yeah. Where things are just incredibly ridiculous, but it's funny.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
All of those animators.
Like the Harry Potter one?
Olivia was no.
The one where
the other they
become Hermione.
His 18+ one?
Yeah. That one was weird. Or like the Atheist Christmas or whatever. The one where it's like just a guy in jail and he carves the cross on his forehead.
What?
It's like 18 seconds. Yeah, it's only in G.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's old stuff.
Oh, I've seen like a few of his like skits, like the Super Slumber Party. and like the whole.
Did you drink my water?
The whole thing is built up just to be a pee joke. That's what the whole thing was built up to be. But I also find that with comedy too, nothing ever lives up to the punchline.
Everything's a dick joke.
Yeah?
A lot of things are just dick jokes.
Maybe the only thing you're listening to is...
No, it's not the only thing I'm listening to. There's a lot of
the only thing I can find that's funny is dick jokes. I can't stop Googling dick jokes.
Not that they're funny, I'm just like, so many people are making dick jokes.
Yeah, I feel like it's like...
Well, I think we're transitioning out of that.
I feel like it's like fair game now. Like, you can joke about any... Like,
it's just...
There's no rules.
Yeah, the sandwich joke, like, make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
That's overplayed. Anytime I see somebody...
I still see
I want to find that person.
I think I
started it?
No, like, people who use it now. Like, it was funny 15 years ago. Not 15 years ago, like, when I first started.
When we were in grade 9.
You know,
now it's... No, you're just
people still use it, and they're like, oh, my girlfriend, make me a sandwich. Shut up and make me a sandwich.
And it's like, no, you shut up.
Just, if I say it, and you don't laugh, it's not funny.
Like, so whenever I make you laugh, I know it's, like, authentically funny?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I laugh, it's funny.
Okay.
Like, I'll never laugh at something that's not funny.
So
my manager approached me at work.
I think people know my polite laugh and my, like,
Actual laugh?
Yeah. I try to make it, like, as obvious as... Like, not obvious, but, like... I don't know. I can't authentically laugh at something that's not funny.
I can't fake laugh.
No.
Like, I can fake laugh, but I can't fake laugh.
My fake laugh is just kind of like...
Yeah.
And it's just whatever.
My manager approached me and she's like, I noticed that you laugh at other people's jokes, but you don't laugh at my jokes. I'm like...
You're not funny.
What are you saying?
I just kind of stood there and like, do I wouldn't do that. I would never approach a person and ask why they didn't laugh at my jokes.
Imagine that she like, why aren't I funny?
I don't know. I just
You're afraid of humor
like,
doesn't appeal to me?
I just like that's just me. That's my
Yeah, like
that's
when-
my humor.
When something just doesn't
I
get
don't
in, it's
laugh at
like,
funny
no. Like, no. Like, I'm not going to go out there and stretch to laugh at you.
So what you're saying is I'm the most unfunny person.
I laugh at your stuff every once in a while.
Just not everything.
Every not is
Every not when
I
you talk.
laughed at things. You stop it.
You shut
You
up.
stop it. You're being
You're being naughty. Stop
being
it.
mad.
I'm being self-deprecating.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
being
that's funny.
self-defecating.
You're pooping on yourself until we laugh.
I would laugh at that.
That would be good.
No, I for me, funny has always been just making fun of myself. Because I feel like that's the easiest way to go about it, as opposed to offending people and maybe them finding it not funny.
Yeah. For me, it's just kind of like I just kind of like throw my like deep inner opinion on something. I like lay it out there, and it's like that's how I feel. Like I don't care how you feel about it. That's how I feel.
It's like yeah.
And it's sometimes you agree. Sometimes it's like that's a little harsh.
It's true.
That's how I feel. And like sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's like, hey, that's not very nice.
I don't know.
But I feel like that's how a lot of comedians they just kind of throw stuff out there.
And if
like,
they get like the,
Bill Burr,
oh,
if you listen to Bill Burr,
Bill Burr.
guy. He's just like the thing about like my girlfriend, I love her, but like if we ever broke up, like give it 2 months, I'd masturbate a couple times, like boom, done, I'm over it. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of how it works. Like it's funny.
He's just saying it.
Yeah, like he's like, I love her to death. If she left me, I'd be heartbroken, but like give me a couple months.
Anytime he's on Conan, I love it.
I don't. He takes such a like opposite stance, but then he backs it up so much, and it's just like wow. And he's so like he's really negative though.
I think Conan is the best late night show for comedians.
Oh yeah, like if you want to put a like get going on stand up, like Conan has like a good.
Like it used to.
He has
be
a good
Leno.
radar for it, I think.
It was Leno back.
Like when comedians come on the show? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the best.
You don't even see comedians come on any late night shows anymore. You see like when Jerry Seinfeld comes, he'll do something. You know what I mean? Like you don't see it anymore.
Or Bill Cosby will sit in a chair and be like, "Today, children don't."
I feel like Bill
Are you
Cosby-
gonna do a Bill Cosby every podcast? I feel like you do.
You did him on the first one?
Did I?
I don't
I
know.
feel like you did.
Honestly, Bill Cosby
that-
can do whatever he
That
wants.
was my Jewish one, and I
What was it?
did walk in.
When he
Oh,
went
you
on,
did do it was walking.
when Bill Cosby went on Jimmy Fallon, like he didn't even have to do anything. He just kind of like pretended like he was like senile, and
And everyone was like eating it up.
like if he ever does like I heard he might do another show, like he'll be on TV again. He'll just do that.
I'll
He'll
die
just be
before that show.
he'll be like a crazy old man. You know what I mean? Like I feel like his whole bit now is he's just like senile, and he just like he talks about the difference between being young and how he is now.
Yeah, that is essentially what he talks about.
Satellite radio. When satellite radio came out and they had like the comedy channels, that's when I heard of like Cosby, Seinfeld, all those people. I was like,
I discovered Seinfeld because like my dad was crazy about Seinfeld, and he's like, watch this.
I never
I'm just
found it
like,
funny.
I'm like, what is
But then
it?
I
And
found
he's
it
like,
funny.
watch it.
You have to develop into it because they, again, that's another show where like I feel like there's so much negativity in that show about things.
Yeah, and you're just like,
they're all horrible people
yeah.
on that show.
Who is
but
it?
that's because when you're a kid, you're not a horrible person.
No,
Everything's.
But once you grow up, you become a horrible person. 'Cause everyone's a bad person.
you all grow up to be horrible people.
Yeah,
Most people are horrible people.
Yeah, that is the end of
you're
it.
not horrible, but you put things in perspective
Yeah.
and you realize that like stuff that's like good is really just kind of stupid and pretentious, and you know what I mean. It's just like you just start to realize everything a bit more. You start to see the layers of things.
Yeah,
It's just, you know, God, what's his name? Fallon. Jimmy Fallon.
of the Jimmy Friday.
Jimmy Fallon coming on
Tonight
to
Show.
the Tonight Show.
I think he will.
How long before Leno comes back?
Imagine he does one show. He's like, nah, I'm kidding. I'm back.
Kidding.
Gotta come back.
Joking. I went to the garage. I came back.
Want to get some more
I had
cars?
to pick up my new car.
I feel like he's gonna like. I feel like Leno's gonna like do something else.
When is Letterman gonna go?
Never.
Well, it's
He's
Letterman. That
dead. I don't know.
guy's already dead. He's just.
They just kind of keep. He's on life support under the desk.
He doesn't leave the desk. The desk is like a wheelchair. They just wheel him
Okay,
around.
where are we going? Okay, here we are.
I think Leno's going to do more of his car stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do I think he's gonna do more Jay Leno's Garage.
Yeah.
He's gonna focus a lot on his restorations. He just bought a McLaren P1 not too long ago.
Like, they're going to auction off that collection or something.
When he dies,
It'll be like the greatest collection of cars.
my goal is
have
to
one
make
of them?
enough money
To have
that when
one?
Jay Leno dies, I can buy it all.
No, like, pick one.
All of it.
No, you
I want it all. I want it all.
you want to
everything.
take over his legacy and collect more?
I want to be. I want.
You know what? Just give me the garage. Here's $1 billion.
I want to buy the garage, extend it, and then add cars he didn't buy. Because he won't buy Ferraris, but I'll buy Ferraris.
Why doesn't he buy Ferraris?
Because he feels that I can't remember what it was, but it's like
He probably has a good reason, like a Jay Leno reason for it.
You scratch a rim on a Ferrari, you got to take the whole car apart, and it costs you $10,000. You scratch a rim on a Corvette, it costs like $4,000.
Ding, that's my phone. Don't worry about it.
I just as I went down.
As a bing bang.
But I want to buy everything. Just
Mine.
he has. I love his garage.
I feel like a lot of like rich people, like, they just go crazy on cars because like Seinfeld has
Another guy.
massive
His Porsches.
and what like
Have you
his
seen his secret garage in New York?
yeah, it's like on a.
I want to buy that too. I just want. I need.
You gotta pick one.
I need no.
You want both?
I
You
want-
can't have both.
I want it
What do you-
all.
You'd have to like
I
take over a
want
country
it
and be like the
all.
king and tax everyone.
Yeah.
And then be like, this will be the country where we own all of the cars. How would you feel if you just had one of every car ever made?
One of every car ever made. I don't want every.
That's
one.
too many.
No, yeah, like, and then like you get to pick which ones you get to keep.
Oh yeah.
Like
That'd be
you
fine.
get all of them and then you sort through them.
That'd be fine. Yeah, I'd pick.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. There was at the Corvette Museum in Kentucky. There was a sinkhole under it, and it swallowed up like
I saw
seven
Yep.
collectible Corvettes. There's like a ZR1. There was a C4.
How
Corvette.
like rare were the ones?
There
Destroyed?
was one. The C4 was the only one that can't be replaced.
like
and-
there's no other ones?
There's like some like they're rare, but they can be. There's others in the world.
They just gotta spend some money and.
It's sad.
Oh yeah.
It was, I was watching the video and it just like they just fall in. I was like,
Isn't it crazy when you think of something like there's so many things that are like gone forever, and we just kind of we choose the stuff that we want to keep around.
Like dodo birds.
No, like
not dodo birds.
culture things, like
Just think
items.
of how many movies
Crappy movies are just gone.
just gone.
Every
Games?
VHS.
How many
is-
games can't be emulated?
Cannot be emulated?
How many there was I can't remember what game. A game that was coming from Europe to the United States and North America.
Yeah.
Sunk. So there's like all the copies that were supposed to come to North America are at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, this sounds like an ET thing, where like they buried all those ET Atari cartridges or something.
Sure.
That's what it sounds like.
That's crazy.
It wasn't on purpose though.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't on purpose. Like
It was like- it
all
was
those
an
things
accident.
sinking?
like,
Oh,
it
they
was
sunk
like
to the
an
bottom.
accident.
oh, I'm pretty sure they purposely buried those ET
Yeah.
cartridges
But, like-
as they should.
There's games that just you can't play like you used to play, like John Elway's football.
It's like forever lost.
It's gone forever. Jobs that are gone forever. People that edit movies with film. People that handle film, gone.
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 It's not a thing
There's still
anymore.
a few filmmakers who shoot on.
Yeah, but how long?
How long before?
No, I
like
I
those
agree with
people
you.
will keep it alive for as long as they can, and then once they're gone,
As they choose to. They are the ones who are choosing. That they
Shia
themselves.
LaBeouf.
it's just
Shia
like it's
LaBeouf.
just like the hockey player, like the last hockey player to like not wear a helmet, and then when he was gone,
That was it.
that was it.
No one remember. What's
He had nice hair. I don't know. He probably just didn't want to ruin his hair.
Of course.
If I had nice hair, I wouldn't want to ruin it. With a helmet.
I think he kept it off till like the 90s and
Yeah?
like 90 something, and then he was gone.
Probably died of brain injury.
No. Oh.
Hockey.
All right. Well,
What are you talking about? We're not done yet. We're still talking.
I was preparing to talk about things.
No, you weren't. You were really well. So then the
Oh,
podcast.
oh,
I'm
oh,
Josh.
I'm Josh.
Josh.
So this is Josh.
That was a really good impression. You should be proud of yourself.
What's right here?
A black screen.
Okay. I think that's it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta end it now.
Okay.
This battery's gonna die.
All right. Thank
you
for
guys
listening.
for listening.
Love you very much.
Love you very much.
And you have a good night.
And you're beautiful.
You're beautiful.